Hi folks, how you doing? Let's talk about Nvidia situation. We'll discuss the financial and the technical numbers. If you notice, Nvidia keeps going up. The strong momentum still continue. If you followed my previous video, I mentioned that there is some room and the potential for Nvidia to go further up. If you take a look today's situation, Nvidia closed at 722.48. That makes the P ratio forward 39.52. Yesterday, it closed at 721.33. That makes the P ratio 39.46. Not much difference from yesterday, but we noticed one thing. Nvidia made an all-time high today. That was 742. But the interesting thing was Nvidia closed almost 20 points from the all-time high. So this tells that there might be some correction tomorrow. And also, there is a CPI data tomorrow in the morning. It will be interesting to see if CPI data does not meet the expectation, then we might see some correction on Nvidia. Now let's take a look. Technical charts. We'll start with the long-term chart. This is 1 year, 1 day chart, long-term chart. I have the RSI and I also have the Bollinger Bands. If you followed the Bollinger Bands, it's basically 20-day moving average, that's the middle line, and the upper band and the lower band. Upper band is 20-day moving average plus 2 standard deviation, and the lower band is 20-day moving average minus 2 standard deviation. Right now, based on the long-term chart, Nvidia stock price is touching the upper band for so many days. So this tells that Nvidia is highly overbought at this point. So there is some correction due. Looking at the RSI is at 82.5, telling the same story. It's overbought for so many days, and it says that there should be some correction coming. But when? We don't know, because at this point there is a strong momentum on Nvidia stock price. Now let's take a look short-term chart. This is 10-day, 30 minutes chart. Also have RSI plus the Bollinger Bands. Interesting thing to watch here, with respect to the short-term chart, things not looking too bad. So stock prices are lower than the 20-day moving average. So this tells that there is some room for the stock price to go up according to the short-term chart. Looking at the RSI, it's 43.80. It's not an overbought situation. So this tells that maybe in the short term, there is some chance that Nvidia can go further up. Overall, if I summarize, based on the financial, we see that Nvidia stock price is not too high. Still, there is some room to go further up. If we talk about the technical charts, we see that long-term chart suggesting that there is some correction due. But the short-term chart is saying there is still some room to go further up. But the main caveat here is CPI data. Tomorrow, the CPI data does not meet the expectation, then probably we'll see some correction on Nvidia stock price. But if CPI data meets expectation or exceeds the expectation, then we'll see upward momentum on Nvidia again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do that. Talk to you next time. Take care.